Dear students, today my lecture is about placentation. What placentation is? Okay? First of all, before going to placentation, we should know ovule. What ovule is? What ovary is? Okay? What syncorpus condition is? What multilocular or unilocular condition is, what multicarpellary or unicarpellary condition is. Okay, before explaining this placentation, I would like to explain these some points. What ovule is? You all know ovule is basically seed in flowering plants. Seed in flowering plants. And ovary is fruit in flowering plants. Okay? This ovule represents seeds in flowering plants, and this ovary represents fruit in flowering plants. Okay? Now, what's syncarpus? When carpels, with reference to carpel, because carpel is unit member of gynoecium, and gynoecium is female reproductive part of a flower. Okay, so if these carpels are fused carpels is called syncarpus condition, and when they remain free, that's called apocarpus condition. But here, syncarpus condition, fused carpels. When carpels are fused, that's called syncarpus. And multilocular or unilocular. Locule means chamber. Locule means chamber. When this ovary has different chambers, more than two, then it is called multilocular chamber or multilocular ovary. And when this ovary is single ovary without any chamber, then it is called unilocular ovary. And multicarpellary, basically when gynoecium has more than two carpels, then the condition is called multicarpellary. And if the gynoecium is represented by single carpel, then is called unicarpellary or monocarpellary. Okay, these are some points which I have explained, which we are going to use in this placentation. Now, what placentation is? Placentation is, we can write the arrangement of ovules inside or within the ovary, or within the ovary is called placentation. So we can also say the arrangement of placenta. Placenta inside or within the ovary is called placentation. What this placenta is? It is basically funiculus. What this funiculus is? This is attachment of ovule. The ovule remains attached with funiculus. So we can also say the attachment of funiculus attachment within the ovary or inside the ovary is called placenta. Placenta is basically attachment of funiculus. The points, the areas where funiculus remains attached within the ovary is called placenta. And this placenta, when arranged inside this ovary, this is called a placentation. And we are knowing that this placenta, it represents the ovule. So we are saying the arrangement of ovules. This placenta represents the ovule, and placenta is basically attachment. It is funiculus, which is attachment of ovule within the ovary. This is called placentation. The arrangement of ovulus inside or within the ovary is called placentation. Ovulus, also we can say the arrangement of placenta inside, because placenta represents the ovulus inside the ovary. Okay, now types of this placenta. Types of placenta. Sorry, types of placentation. Types of placentation means in what ways these ovulus are arranged within the ovaries. Okay, these are known as types. Different ways, different types of attachment of ovulus within the ovary. This is called types of placentation. Okay, and here we are saying first one is marginal type of placentation. Second one is axial type of placentation. Third one is parietal type of placentation. Fourth one is free central type of placentation. And fifth one is basal type of placentation. And sixth one is called superficial type of placentation. These are the ways through which these ovulus are attached inside or within the ovary, and we can take these types of placentation as one by one. First of all, we will go to marginal placentation. Now you are knowing what ovule is, what ovary is, what syncorpus condition is, what multicarpellary or unicarpellary or multilocular or unilocular condition is. Okay, because we are going to use these points within the placentation, within these types of placentation. Okay, now marginal type of placentation. Marginal placentation. What marginal placentation is? In marginal placentation, first of all, the ovary remains unilocular. Unilocular and monocarpellary. Okay, the ovary remains unilocular and monocarpellary. Unilocular is single locule, single chamber is in ovary, and monocarpellary is single carpel is there. Okay, now the placenta develops. The placenta develops. Your placenta, how it develops? The placenta develops by fusion of this carpel. Margin of carpels, fusion of margin of carpel. The placenta develops by fusion of margin of carpel. Margin of carpel. And ovulus. And ovulus remains attached to it. Ovulus remains attached to it in row. For example, P. What happens in this? I have write the definition here. Ovary remains unilocular, monocarpellary. The placenta develops by fusion of margin of carpel, and ovulus remain attached to it in a row. Likewise, like this. Example is P. This is carpel and the fusion of margin of carpels. The fusion of margin of carpels. Becomes two rows. The fusion of margin of carpels this represents the ovulus. This is the example of P, marginal placentation. It is marginal placentation in which unilocular ovary and monocarpellary, this carpel this carpel gets fused by margins. Margins side by. This carpel gets fused by margins and forms a ridge of placenta. And ovules are born on this placenta as a row. This is the example of P, which represents marginal type of placentation. Okay. Now the second one. I hope you are understanding it. What marginal placentation is. Now we go for axial placentation. What axial placentation? Before going to axial placentation, we should know the ovary. The ovary is multilocular. Multicarpellary and syncarpous. So the condition of ovary in axial placentation is ovary is multilocular, multicarpellary and syncarpous. Okay, what happens here? I will show you. This is ovary. These are the ovules. This is this outer side of ovary is outer part of ovule, and this is part. This is one locule, two locule, and three locule. That means multilocular and multicarpellary condition is here in axial placentation. Now this placenta septa gets developed. These multilocular condition, septa gets developed towards inside, and the margin of carpels fuse at the center. The margins of carpel fuse at the center and forms the placenta. Which represents the ovules. Okay, so in axial placentation there is multilocular condition, and multilocular condition with multicarpellary and syncarpous. These carpels fuse with margins at the center and develops placenta, and this placenta represents the ovules there at the center. Okay, so if we write, we can say the ovule is multilocular, multicarpellary and syncarpous, and the placenta develops by fusion of margins of carpels towards center, and the ovules born at center. And if we take for example, we can say lemon, we can say tomato, we can say China rose. These are the examples of axial type of placentation. This axial type of placentation has multilocular conditions with multicarpally and syncarpus, and the placenta develops at the center by fusion of margins of the carpel, and which represents ovulus there. This is axial placentation. Now we will move to next placentation, that is parietal. That is parietal type of placentation. What parietal placentation is? Here again we'll discuss about ovary. The ovary is unilocular. The ovary is unilocular, multicarpellary, syncarpus. The ovary is unilocular, multicarpellary and syncarpus. And what happens to this ovary? It is outer part of ovary, the inner part, This is monolocular ovary, unilocular ovary, syncarpus and multicarpellary. Here the margins of carpel fused towards periphery. If this is center, in axial placentation there was fusion of margins of carpel at the center. But here in parietal there is fusion of margins of carpel towards periphery. Margins of carpel towards periphery. And this is parietal. Parietal type of placentation, in which this is unilocular ovary and multicarpellary syncarpus ovary, where the fusion of carpel, these are multicarpellary, the fusion of carpels happens towards periphery. The development of placenta, we can say the development of placenta occurs by fusion of carpels towards periphery of the ovary, and this is parietal type of placentation. Okay. Now we can also write here the placenta develops. The placenta develops by fusion of carpels. Fusion of carpels towards periphery. Towards periphery. Towards periphery of the ovary. Okay. Towards periphery of the ovary. The placenta develops fusion of carpels towards periphery. And ovulus are present here. Ovulus are present here. And if we take the example, we can say arjumana, mustard. And in this mustard, this Brassicaceae family, what happens in Brassicaceae family? There occurs pseudoseptum. There occurs pseudoseptum where ovary is bilocular, where ovary remains bilocular, but that bilocular, that is two locular, that means the ovary is differentiated into two chambers, but that is pseudoloculars are there, pseudoloculars, and pseudoseptum happens there. Pseudoseptum happens there in case of Brassicaceae family. Otherwise, this occurs, placenta development occurs, or ovulus occurs towards periphery of ovary. This is parietal type of placentation. Now we will move to free central type of placentation. What free central is? Free precentral. Again, if we talk of ovary, we can say ovary is unilocular. I know what unilocular is. I hope you are knowing this. Unilocular, multicarpellary, and syncarpous. I have explained all these conditions before. So ovary is unilocular, multicarpellary, syncarpous. Okay, what happens in this? Again, the ovary is single chamber, that is unilocular. Okay, if we go here, this is single. What happens? This is, we can get, this is precentral. What happens in this? The development of placenta occurs at the center by fusion of margins of carpel. Because ovary is multicarpellary, that means these carpels fuse at the center. The margins of the carpels fuse at the center and leads to the development of placenta. And these placenta represents the ovulus. This it has been reported in some books that there occurs initially, in initial development of this ovary, there occurs septa. But due to maturation of this ovary, the septa gets dissolved. You can see, if you compare axial and this precentral, you will find there are septa formation, but here in precentral there is no septa formation, and these septa have been dissolved during the maturation of this ovary. Okay, so the placenta develops by fusion of margins of carpels towards center without septa formation. And if we take example, we can say primrose, we can say dianthus. Okay, this is precentral type of placentation, in which fusion of carpels, which leads to development of placenta, and placenta represents the ovulus, occurs at the center without septa formation. And in mature conditions of this ovary, there is septa formation, but due to maturation of the ovary, the septa gets dissolved. That's why without the septa formation. Unlike in axial placentation, there was septa formation. There was ovary into different molecules. Now we will move to basal placentation. Now, basal placentation. What basal placentation is? In this, again, if we talk of ovary is multicarpellary, unilocular, syncarpous. And what happens to the placenta? The ovule develops. This ovule, representation of ovule. The ovule develops at the base of ovary. Ovule develops at the base of ovaries by fusion of carpels. That is, the placenta develops by fusion of carpels at the base of ovary, at the base of fusion of by fusion of margin of carpels at the base of ovary. And if we take examples, this represents the placenta, or we can say ovule. This represents the ovule. And if we take example, we can say sunflower, marigold, gold, etc. Okay. In this base, at the base of ovary, placenta gets developed by fusion of carpels, which leads to the formation of ovule there. And the example is sunflower and marigold. And I am going to explain superficial type of placentation. What superficial type of placentation is? Superficial. In this superficial condition, ovary is multilocular, multicarpellary, and syncarpous. Okay, multilocular, multicarpellate, syncarpous condition is representing superficial condition of placentation. And what happens? I will show you. If this is ovary, here are septa. And these septa represents ovules. These septa, these are multilocular, different locules of ovary, and the placenta, these placenta develops by fusion of the margins of the carpel, and ovules are formed all along the septa. Ovules are formed all along the septa. These are ovules I am representing here. This occurs in all. This is superficial. Okay, so the placenta develops by fusion of the placenta develops by fusion of margins of carpel, by fusion of margins of carpel, and ovules. And ovules are born all along the septa. Okay. In all these septa, these are the septas. In all, this is the ovary. These are the septas. In all these septas, in all these chambers, there are presence of ovules. And if we take example, we can say lotus. can say lotus. Lotus is the example of superficial. And in superficial, these ovules are born all along the septa. And this septa and placenta is formed by fusion of margins of carpel. And ovary remains multilocular, multicarpellary and syncarpous condition. And this was all about placentation. What placentation is? I have discussed about ovary, syncarpous, multicarpellary and multilocular condition. And after that, I explained these types of placentation is one by one with examples and with diagram. I hope you are understanding it or you have understood it. Okay, this was all about placentation. Thank you for watching me.